Konnichiwa, you losers, it's your boy. Now there's a problem that's affecting us on a global scale, known as maps. To those of you who are huge geography nerds, no, I'm not referring to a physical map. What I'm referring to is essentially, well, a bunch of creeps. A map stands for a minor attracted person. Essentially, these guys are a bunch of baby simps in every single wrong way possible. Now, what these maps try to do is they go on Twitter and try to justify the fact that they're a pedophile by saying, I'm just attracted to children because it's a sexuality. Shut up! Being attracted to children is not a sexuality, it's just fucking retarded. Trying to justify illegal acts just by saying it's a sexuality is the most stupid thing I've ever heard. I could say that my sexuality is killing puppies. That doesn't make it okay. And other people are trying to justify it by saying it's a fetish. Like I said, same thing earlier, I could say I have a fetish for killing kittens. That doesn't make it okay. I don't care how much of a boner you get, it's still not okay. And in some countries, the age of consent is essentially 14. People who are 18 years old and below are too stupid to consent to anything like this. And there are even some countries in the Middle East that essentially allow adults to marry children, which is fucking retarded as hell. Actually, I'm not sure about that for sure. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Though yeah, in the countries where they do, have a retarded age of consent law, you're not fully mature until you're 18, and your brain hasn't fully developed till you're 25. But fuck it, I'm horny. In the countries where they do have, stupid age of consent laws, they have actually tried to, bump that number up to 18 or such. But apparently nearly everyone in those countries were against that. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Are you guys that desperate to get laid to the point where you have to resort to manipulating children? How sad is that? Are you that desperate for human affection to the point where you have to basically trick people into liking you? And what's worst of all is that people on Twitter support this shit, which basically is kind of scary. In this day and age, ignorance is a choice, and people are choosing to be ignorant. They're basically saying it's okay for adults to essentially traumatize children. Yes, it has scientifically been proven that, this experience will mess up children. And then there's these people who are trying to find loopholes. I found this one dumbass who was basically saying something along the lines of, and actually we shouldn't have age of consent laws, we should instead have, like an age gap limit and shit. Bro, that is stupid. Like I said, scientifically, you aren't fully developed until you're 18. Your brain hasn't finished developing until you're 25. There's a reason why these laws exist. It's based off of science and common sense. I don't care what your feelings are. You can't ignore science. It's like these dumbasses are basically thinking that children can consent at the age of 4. Which is stupid. Also, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story here. My friend told me about this guy who basically was trying to find a loophole by saying how, it's okay for teenagers to engage in intercourse or something along the lines of that. When people use the, teenagers can engage in intercourse type of argument, it's not really a valid argument, it's just a scientific phenomenon known as two horny teenagers. As long as there's a significant age gap, I don't really give a shit. Get pregnant for all I care, it's your loss. But I mean, come on, it's kind of creepy that a 38-year-old man is trying to get pleasure from a 16-year-old girl. And what really grinds my gears is basically the female rapist. I can't say the actual word because of Susan Wabajak hating free speech. Essentially, just because they're female, they get a pass for, manipulating their male students. Occasionally female students, if you want to be inclusive. They're just getting away with it just because they're male. Imagine if it was a male teenager engaging in intercourse with a female student. The media would be going ballistic here. But no, these women get away with everything. These feminists be like, we don't get equal rights, we're so oppressed. Yeah, well, congratulations, you're the only gender that can actually 100% most of the time get away with rock. Gender equality here, people. How do you feel about yourselves? And instead of doing anything about the situation, the media is just going, oh, that child is so lucky. How retarded are you guys? Conclusion to the story. Stop sleeping with children. Fucking retards.
It's Filthy Frank, motherfucker. It's Filthy Frank, bitch.
Let's get some pussy tonight.